Welcome to our channel where we bring you fascinating, dramatic and mysterious stories from the movie Beyond the Gates. Here, you will be immersed in deep analysis. Bold predictions and stories that are exploited and developed based on the most attractive details of famous movies. Today, we will explore together a painful and dramatic story revolving around Kat and Nicole, a seemingly close relationship but hiding dark secrets that no one could have expected. Kat once had absolute trust in Nicole, her close friend who accompanied her during the most difficult days of her life. They shared with each other many stories, dreams, and even secret pains. But it was that trust that became the cause of Kat's descent into a dark spiral with no way out when she suddenly discovered that Nicole was the one who murdered her ex-husband. The truth not only shocked Kat but also shook her entire worldview, forcing her to face pain and danger she had never experienced before. Everything started with a series of seemingly random events that gradually revealed undeniable clues. Kat discovered secrets hidden in Nicole's small drawer, where evidence. Old photos and diary pages written in shaky handwriting were kept, talking about the dark days Nicole had spent with her mysterious husband. Nicole once spoke of her husband as a ghost from the past. Someone who had left her in a tragic accident. But that was not the case. Her husband's death was not an accident but a carefully calculated murder. Nicole, with her strong and resilient appearance, actually carried a deep darkness within her. She had suffered mental and physical trauma that no one could imagine. Her ex-husband was not only the man she loved, but also the man who turned her life into hell, pushing her to the brink of death, forcing her to make a cruel decision. But that action was not simply self-defense, but a carefully prepared plan by Nicole to protect herself and keep a secret that no one knew. Kat could not believe that her best friend could hide such a horrifying truth. This discovery sent her into a state of panic. She felt betrayed and disoriented. But what scared Kat the most was when Nicole began to act as if she knew Kat had found out about her. The threatening messages, the unexpected appearances, the signs that Nicole was not only a suffering woman but also a person willing to do anything to keep her secret. Tensions escalate as Kat realizes she can no longer trust anyone, not even her friends. Feeling alone, she is forced into direct confrontation with Nicole, who seems to be controlling her every move. The unexpected appearance of Leo, an old friend and cybersecurity expert, gives Kat some hope when he helps her find digital evidence that will expose Nicole's crimes. But just when it seems that everything is going to be cleared up, Leo mysteriously disappears, leaving Kat in a mess and suspecting that Nicole is much more powerful and dangerous than she thought. Refusing to give in to pressure and danger, Kat is determined to continue her investigation, digging deeper into Nicole's past to find out the final secrets. The abandoned house where Nicole used to live with her ex-husband becomes the next destination in Kat's journey to find the truth. Here, she discovers important evidence such as diaries, unpublished photos, and objects that remind her of the dark memories that Nicole wants to keep hidden. In particular, the diary reveals a shocking secret: Nicole once threatened to kill her husband to protect a child that she never revealed. That child could be the key to decoding the whole story and also the most important key in Nicole's life and future. The truth about that child not only overturns all previous assumptions but also drags Kat into a dangerous and complicated search. Nicole is not only a mother, a woman who has been hurt, but also a scheming person, willing to do everything to protect those secrets, even if she has to sacrifice anyone on her way. With each step closer to the child, Kat finds herself drawn deeper into a web of intrigue, lies and violence. But the worst is yet to come. Nicole not only uses tricks to threaten Kat but also launches campaigns to undermine her spirit and honor. Kat is falsely accused of being a delusional, fabricating person. Isolated from those close to her, loses her career and custody of her child. All of this makes her almost collapse, thinking that everything will end here. But in the darkest darkness, Kat still does not give up. She quietly rebuilds her life, gathers the broken pieces and gradually reveals new evidence that Nicole still has many untold stories. Many sins that have not been exposed. The relationship between Kat and Nicole is not simply a story of crime and betrayal. It is also a story about the struggle between friendship and truth, between love and pain, between life and death. With each secret revealed, both women are drawn into a never-ending cycle, where the line between destroyer and victim becomes more blurred than ever. Kat once lived in a world where she thought she could control everything, but now, that world seems to be collapsing under her feet. The discovery that Nicole was the one who killed her ex-husband opens a chain of unexpected events. In pain and shock, Kat not only loses her closest friend but also feels caught in a nightmare that has no way out. But deep inside her there is still a small flame, a flame of resilience, of determination to seek the truth even in the face of unpredictable danger. In the days after discovering the truth, Kat realized that Nicole was not only a murderer but also a scheming and cunning person. Nicole knew very well how to create the perfect cover to hide her dark past and manipulate the people around her so that no one could suspect or dig too deep into herself. Nicole lived in a cold shell, seemingly without any emotions, always knowing how to control everything according to her will. Kat began to feel the change in Nicole's every gesture, look and word every time the two met. At times like that, Nicole was no longer a close friend, but turned into a scary ghost, a predator always lurking and ready to attack at any time. That made Kat unable to stop worrying about her future, especially when she realized that Nicole might be planning to make her life even worse. Meanwhile, Kat discovers that Nicole is not alone in her plot. There are people behind Nicole. People with power and influence, ready to protect her at all costs. These people are not just allies, but also people who are willing to use any means to suppress those who dare to reveal the truth. Kat realizes that she has accidentally poked a hornet's nest of violence, where even the smallest mistake can cost her life. Refusing to succumb to such terrible pressure, Kat decides to seek help from former allies, old friends, and even those who once confronted Nicole. She believes that only by uniting and having enough evidence in hand can she break the web of evil that Nicole has woven. At the same time, Kat begins to dig deeper into Nicole's past to find clues about the child she tried to hide, a huge secret that could shed light on the reason behind the horrific murder. Kat's investigation takes her to many dark and dangerous places, from small, deserted alleys to luxurious villas that look peaceful but hide many secrets. Every step of the journey is not only a search for the truth but also a fight against the psychological ghosts that increasingly torment Kat's mind. Fear, doubt and feelings of betrayal make her more and more alone. But it is also from there that Kat finds the strength within herself, a strength forged from loss, from the desire to survive and the belief in justice. Meanwhile, Nicole relentlessly acts to destroy Kat's reputation in life. She used every trick she knew, spreading false rumors, destroying Kat's image in the eyes of everyone, even using sophisticated tricks such as stalking, threatening and interfering in her private life. These events caused Kat to fall into a state of collapse. At times it seemed like she could not stand. But with the help of some of her remaining close friends, she gradually regained her reason and determination. One of the bright spots in Kat's life is the appearance of a stranger, Alex, a famous investigative journalist with uncompromising truth-hunting skills. Alex has worked on many big cases and is known for never backing down under pressure. When he hears about Kat's story, he decides to join her in standing up against Nicole and her criminal network. Alex's support not only helps Kat access confidential information but also helps her expand her investigation into aspects she had never known before. Alex and Kat begin to discover dark aspects of Nicole's past that even Kat herself had never imagined. It turns out that Nicole was involved in an underground organization where illegal activities took place, from smuggling, money laundering to murder cases involving many powerful figures. Behind the gentle appearance and hidden pain is a calculating person who is willing to do anything to protect her position in that organization. This explains why Nicole can keep silent and absolutely control every unfavorable situation. During the investigation, Kat also discovered that the mysterious child is not just a personal connection but also an important factor in Nicole's larger plan. That child carries a secret that Nicole must protect at all costs. It could be a trick to seize assets, power, or a weapon to threaten opponents. Kat gradually realizes that, to win, she not only needs to find the child but also understand Nicole's true purpose. Besides, People who are familiar with Nicole also gradually reveal the hidden corners of her personality. The pain that few people know but is the source of brutal actions. On one hand, Nicole is a murderer, a cunning and dangerous woman. On the other hand, she is also a victim of a tragic and traumatic past. This makes the story more complex and multi-dimensional than ever, creating a picture not only of crime but also of human nature with all the nuances of love, betrayal, hatred and desire for salvation. Kat, at her most exhausted, realizes that she must choose between continuing to run away or facing Nicole and her dark past head-on. That decision will not only decide her fate but also affect everyone involved, including the child who is being kept hidden. Kat is determined to not let Nicole use the darkness to control her life anymore. She begins to build a counterattack plan, not only to expose the truth to the public but also to protect herself and the people she loves. The war between Kat and Nicole enters a new phase, full of tension and suspense. With each passing day, the danger grows, the hidden forces become more obvious and the plots become more complicated. Kat understands that, to overcome everything, she not only needs intelligence and perseverance, but also sacrifice and trust in those who truly deserve it. She begins to learn to look at things in a different way, stronger and more decisive. No longer the innocent girl who trusts her best friend but a warrior ready to face all challenges. Nicole, on the path to keeping power and secrets, is no longer an easy woman to predict. She knows that just one small mistake can cause everything to collapse, so she constantly perfects her defense and attack plans. The relationships around her are also becoming more and more complicated, allies can become enemies at any time. Meanwhile, Nicole is still secretly keeping the secret about the child. Who could be the key to help her escape the siege and start a new life, or could be the fatal weakness that destroys her? The mystery of the child in Nicole's past continues to be the center of attention. Clues are gradually revealed, conspiracies are gradually revealed, and the dramatic confrontations between Kat and Nicole are becoming more and more fierce. Can Kat win and bring the murderer to light? Or will Nicole continue to live in the dark, with secrets that have not yet been revealed? The answer is still a big question mark, but it is certain that this journey will be full of surprises and breathtaking emotions, making it impossible for viewers to take their eyes off. We will continue to accompany you, update the latest details, analyze more deeply the characters' psychology and the constant developments of the story. Don't miss the next chapters of this dramatic, up-and-down journey, where every decision can change the fate and destiny of each person.